The fig tree is a remarkable tree species. It is revered by nearly all of the world's mythologies and religions. The fig tree holds both records for the largest canopy and the deepest roots. It is because of this that the fig tree is a renowned symbol connecting earth to the spiritual. Unlike most tree fruit, the figs aren't preceded by blossom because figs are actually inverted flowers, botanically known as ciconia. These flowers never see daylight, which is why ancient Hindu and Buddhist texts use the phrase seeking flowers in a fig tree to describe a hopeless search. The womb-like structure is for one visitor only, and it is one of nature's most extraordinary examples of codependency. A single female wasp smaller than 2 millimeters in length with wings thinner than a human hair is the fig's sole pollinator. At the tip of a fig is a tiny hole which the wasp can squeeze through to enter. As she struggles forward, it snaps her antennae and wrenches the wings from her back. It doesn't matter, as this is a one-way journey. As she walks, she sheds pollen. The flightless wasp then deposits her eggs into as many of the flowers as she can before she dies. The result is a wonderful mutualism. Fig trees appear in the mythologies of Africa, the Amazon, the Mediterranean, the Middle East, and from the foothills of the Himalayas to the islands of the South Pacific. They feature in some way in every major religion, starring in the stories of Krishna, Buddha, Jesus, and Muhammad. In Greek mythology, a branch laden with sweet figs was amongst the temptations that teased the demigod Tantalus during his punishment in the underworld. Each time Tantalus reached for the figs, the wind wrenched the tree's bough beyond his reach. This tale gifted English the verb to tantalize. Figs also represent gods and serve as abodes for spirits. In East Africa, Maasai people tell stories that say when the earth and the sky became separated, all that connected them was a sacred fig tree. It was via this tree's aerial roots that the Maasai god provided cattle for the people. In Buddhist lore, the spiritual teacher who became known as Buddha is said to have found enlightenment under a fig tree. He left home in search of meaning, trekked to what is now the Indian state of Bihar. There he found a fig tree which was later called Bodhi, meaning the tree of awakening. When he sat beneath it to meditate, he pledged not to leave until he liberated his mind. After 6 days and 6 nights, he achieved his goal and attained enlightenment. After Buddha died in 483 BCE, his followers began to flock to the fig tree, which they treated as a living embodiment of Buddha himself. In time, the original tree died. However, a branch from that tree was transported like royalty to Sri Lanka. This tree, the Sri Mahe Bodhi, has helped spread the Buddhism philosophy across the globe. The variety of stories about the fig tree reveals the extent to which the tree has become implanted into human culture and come from a time when nature formed the foundation of faith. Not only did these plants survive the cataclysm that saw off the dinosaurs and many other species, they flourished. As they spread around the globe, they formed hundreds of new species and became the most varied group of plants on the planet. These plants provided our pre-human ancestors with shelter, boundless food, materials for construction, and medicine, gifts that must have seemed divine. Their story reminds us of what we all share and warns us of what we could lose.